Kyiv, 2025. Ukraine has survived one of its darkest periods. It has been defending its independence against Russia's invasion, defending and rebuilding cities, and reaffirming its place in history. But this fight for survival didn't start in 2022 or even in 2014. It's been happening for centuries. To understand Ukraine today, we need to go back to where the modern struggle began. Crimea, 2014. Let's go. February 2014. The world is distracted. Ukraine has just overthrown a pro-Russian president, and Russia sees its chance. With no declaration of war, Russian troops seize Crimea. They claim it's a reunification, but it's an invasion. A fake referendum is staged, and Crimea is absorbed into Russia. The world protests, but does nothing. This moment sets the stage for everything that follows. But Ukraine's struggle for sovereignty didn't start here. To understand it, we have to go way, way back. Time for a big jump. Welcome to the Trypillians. Over 6,000 years ago, these people built some of Europe's largest settlements, long before Rome or Athens existed. They were expert farmers, traders, and artisans. But around 3000 BCE, they mysteriously vanished. Some say climate change, some say conflict. Whatever happened, their legacy of settlement building and agriculture set the foundation for those who came next. Let's move forward. The Trypillians disappeared, but these guys didn't. The Scythians and Sarmatians were legendary nomads, ruling the Ukrainian steppes. They were expert horsemen and feared warriors. The Greeks and Romans traded with them, but in time, new civilizations rose, and these nomads faded into history. Welcome to Kyivan Rus, the first great Slavic state, founded by Norse traders called the Varangians. Kyiv became a powerful city, controlling trade between Europe and Byzantium. This is where Ukrainian identity begins. But the biggest moment is coming. This moment changes Ukraine forever. In 988, Prince Vladimir the Great converts to Christianity, aligning Kyiv with Byzantine culture. Churches are built, literacy spreads, and Ukraine's connection to Orthodox Christianity begins. But the Golden Age won't last forever. 1240, disaster strikes. The Mongols, led by Batu Khan, destroy Kyiv. The once mighty city is left in ruins, and Ukraine is under Mongol rule for centuries. But empires don't last forever. Let's move forward. After the Mongols, Ukraine is divided. The Grand Duchy of Lithuania takes Kyiv, and Poland rules the West. Ukrainian culture survives, but independence is out of reach. That is, until the Cossacks arrive. These are the Cossacks, Ukrainian warriors who defied empires. By the 1600s, they formed their own state, the Cossack Hetmanate, resisting Polish and Russian control. But Russia had other plans. By the late 1700s, the Cossacks are crushed, and Ukraine is fully under Russian rule. Ukrainian identity is suppressed, and the Russian Empire tries to erase Ukrainian culture. But it never truly dies. After the Russian Empire collapses in 1917, Ukraine declares independence, but the Bolsheviks invade, and by 1922, Ukraine is forced into the Soviet Union. The dream of freedom is crushed again. One of Ukraine's darkest moments, the Holodomor. Stalin's policies cause a man-made famine, killing millions. The Soviet Union denies it ever happened, but Ukrainians never forget. The fight for freedom continues. August 24th, 1991, Ukraine finally breaks free from the Soviet Union, but Russia never lets go completely. It still wants control, and it will strike back in 2014 and again in 2022. Let's go back to where we started, and we're back. From ancient civilizations to Mongol invasions, from Cossack warriors to Soviet oppression, Ukraine's history is one of resilience. The world sees Ukraine fighting today, but that fight has been going on for thousands of years. The story isn't over. It's still being written until next time. Stay curious and keep exploring.